So when I came down here, I actually had no expectation on sort of the surf side of things. I knew obviously there were waves, and I knew there were coaches, and I knew that we would surf, but I didn't understand the level of detail and sort of just the level of knowledge and how Surf Simply, the program, has broken down surfing just to such a science to really make it digestible in chunks.
Surfing is a hard sport to learn. I mean, there's just no question it is a challenging sport to learn. So I think the one thing I did learn is that you're never too old to have a coach. So, you know, coaching works in a lot of things in life, and actually I have a coach for surfing, I have a coach for my job, and coaching is a good thing. Like, have that person who's outside of you able to kind of reflect what it is that you're doing back to you so you can learn from it and move more quickly through that awkward process of learning. I think that's incredibly helpful.
Woo! Oh, that's a sick one!
I started surfing about like 7 or 8 years ago when my family moved to California and we got a house in Santa Cruz. And it was just kind of like, well, if we live in Santa Cruz, we have to learn how to surf. So I just got obsessed with it. And ever since then, I've surfed.
I've loved the ocean forever. So it's just a resource that I wanted to tap into, obviously, and I was a competitive athlete for a long, long time, and sort of wanted to get good at surfing, but surfing is really, really hard.
I'd always wanted to do it, and I said it out loud, and this friend who has actually been to Surf Simply before, I said, let's do it.
Surfing was a thing that I really wanted to do with my time. And Bonnie took me under her wing. She'd been surfing for a while, and I was ready to move beyond the initial lesson, but kind of terrified about going out the back by myself. And Bonnie really broke down the steps and made it doable. Ding! Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'd always swum for my whole life, and it was funny because I would see people surfing where I grew up, and you know, it was not something that really pulled me in until maybe my late 20s.
I absolutely love the water, and when I was a little kid, I used to body surf in the summers every day, all day long. Just really enjoy being in the water, really enjoy catching waves, and surfing takes me back to when I was a kid. Body surfing and playing in the water, and to get that back somehow is really special.
It's magical, man. There's something about the salt water that just changes my brain chemistry, makes me feel alive, makes me feel happy, makes me a better father, you know, a better husband, better at my job.
Surfing is one of those things that pulls me immediately to the present, and especially out there in the waves, I feel like I'm flying.
So I had a great time the first time I was here, learned a ton, but it's a great place to come to because the coaches are really educators. They happen to teach surfing, but they actually are just good teachers. So it makes it super fun to come and learn.
I thought it was going to be a one-time trip. I thought it was going to be sort of a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I would learn everything I need to know and then sort of do everything at home. And then I quickly realized that it had just unlocked an entire treasure trove of skills that I needed to learn, and so I came, this is my 4th time. You know, you can do so much on your own because Surf Simply gives you a lot to go home with, a lot of tools and a lot of things to practice, but you know, just being able to see yourself on video and having a thoughtful coach, so helpful to having more fun surfing.
So first we worked really hard on doing really good carving turns, ones where we could really come back around, hit the white water, regain power, and then progress along the wave. So that was kind of probably the first part of the week. And then definitely the second half of the week was really climbing and hitting the white water and hitting those targets, so we could either go ahead and turn around, do a whitewater climb, and come back around, do a turn or a floater or something like that. I think my favorite wave of the week was when I did 2 complete carving turns back around to whitewater and regain power twice in one wave, which I was like, never done that before, felt so good.
I've been working on moving my hips more and like accelerating and decelerating, especially when on the nose.
Like, don't run from the fun, as Jesse always says. Like, use that white water to keep you, give you momentum going forward. And it's such a funny thing to realize that you've been running from the white water this whole time, and then that, actually go towards it because it can give you new opportunities.
Really working on staying on the high line, like angle takeoff and the high line. And I think really what that evolved into was just being comfortable on the face of the wave. And I feel like I'm in a whole new arena. A real like game changer week for me. So I'm a big girl pants on, and now I can feel like I can surf.
Can you tell me a little bit about your coach? Who was your coach this week?
Oh my God.
How much time you got?
Oh man. I worked with Derek, and I have come twice before, and he has always stood out just as this warm, bright light. And that was real. So I got to work with Derek this whole week by myself, and he has this like perfect ratio of chatting and comfort and familiarity and coaching and like incisive observation of detail. And it was just amazing.
I had Teal. Like, I look into her big blue eyes and I just get lost in the mix. Like, yes, Teal, tell me everything. She's so meticulous with her feedback and lining up the clips and making it go with like your clips, and this is the potential for who you could be. And I just love her focus and kindness and joy in the water, and like that I just take that with me, and I'm gonna take it home. So thank you, Teal.
Marlon was my coach this week. Super insightful, very thoughtful, very precise actually. So I think like most of the coaches here is a really good educator and really works with you as a teacher. Surfing is one thing, but I think Marlon would be a good educator no matter what he taught.
Jordan, my coach, was just incredibly thoughtful, and she just did a fantastic job while we were in the water, sort of telling me where to be, helping me out positionally.
I think it's really cool to like map out where exactly you are on the levels and like kind of where your next progression could be.
The classes where you look at sort of the elements of your turns in the water and just the level of detail and how expertly everything is filmed and photographed, and then comparing that with other clips that are so similar, what to do right, what you did wrong, just the comparisons and so forth. It was really impressive. Like, I mean, everything in this place is so dialed, from the moment you get up to the moment you go to sleep. You just feel like the minute you think of something, they've already thought about it.
The massages and the stretching are really important to help you recover. And in fact, the fact that they happen almost every day is really important because it is physically demanding to surf. I mean, really almost 4 hours a day. It's a lot of surfing.
Like, I had no expectation coming. My buddy who told me to come down here basically just talked about the food and how good the food was and how amazing the hotel is, and all those things are absolutely true.
Dennis and Luis are even better this year than they were last year.
I mean, just everything is just so creative.
Not only is the food really good, but it feels clean and it's so dialed in, and you just want to be fit to surf. So you don't overeat, you eat beautiful food in reasonable portions, and it's just delicious. We sit around these tables, everything's set up to where you sit. You have your little name place where you sit. So it's nice because you just sit next to different people every night. You get to know folks.
You get a chance to meet all your other fellow campers, which is really fun. but you do have time in your own private room, which is quiet and calm and air conditioned to go ahead and relax. So good to see new people. I actually have common friends now through Surf Simply.
This week was really special. I don't know quite what it was, but people really gelled well this week. Maybe it's coming out of COVID and interacting with people for the first time.
We laughed a lot.
I mean, I had many moments where I felt like I had not laughed that hard in years.
My stomach hurt a lot.
Yeah.
I've done other trips, not surf trips, but other sort of adventure trips at different capacities around the world and so forth. And I've had other good experiences. This group is really, really great.
Every day I was super stoked just to be here. It was like, I feel like it's a little weird now. It's like a bittersweet ending.
Once you sort of become an adult and sort of have a job and sort of do that for a while, you are always learning, but it's rare to have the opportunity to kind of start something from scratch and be a complete novice. And a lot of the coaching is encourage you to make mistakes, which is such a fresh concept because every other aspect of my life, the idea is to not make mistakes.
Surfing lets me find the okayness in having no control. And so when facing that, and that every wave is different or the conditions are different or the timing that we can go out is different, but we still have opportunities to make choice.
Every wave is an opportunity to reset, and I think that's a really nice lesson in life.
If you're looking, for a trip where, you just come and learn to surf, there couldn't be a better option. Beautiful wildlife and birds and howler monkeys, and opens up this beautiful sand beach, super consistent waves, nice soft sand, great. It's just so user friendly. Those luxuries that you wish they had, they've already thought of it. It's already dialed in, it's already there. So for me, it's just really extraordinary experience.